Welcome back to North Vietnam for some more Strike Fighters 2 action today. We are with the 921st Air Regiment, 2nd Flight Section B, and we have just relocated to Yen Bai Air Base in Yen Bai Province in North Vietnam, which is about 60 miles northwest of Hanoi, up along the Red River. Today is November 11th, 1966, Armistice Day, over in Europe and America. Today we have to provide combat air patrol over Nam Dinh Thermal Power Plant, prevent enemy aircraft from approaching the vicinity. Call sign is the Vo Si Zop flight, and we'll be taking 3 MiG-21 F-13s. Takeoff at 7:53 in the morning over the target, intercepting at 8:05, returning to Yen Bai by 8:20, hopefully with all 3 aircraft. We had a good mission last time out. I'm hoping for a repeat of that performance. Over to the armament page. We are in aircraft 2013, which I believe we've been in the last couple of missions since our previous one was shot down. We are in VPAF Silver 1 paint scheme, and we are loaded with 2 R3S, or AA-2 ATOL missiles, and the centerline 490-liter drop tank for a total takeoff weight of 17,280 pounds. Now, if that number sounds a little bit different than what I've been saying since we've gotten in the MiG-21, it's because it is. If we look up here at the ammo load at 100%, it's showing 110 pounds as opposed to the normal 60 pounds that we have, which would imply that we have a larger ammo load. And now this is a thing that I don't really know much about, and maybe somebody out there can give me some better information, but one website that I was looking on was saying that early MiG-21 F-13s only had the smaller 30-round ammo load that we've been dealing with in the game, while later that was upgraded to 75-round capacity with a normal mission load of 60. So this would seemingly imply, since we've nearly but not quite doubled that internal weight for the ammo load, that would imply that we have upgraded to the 60-round ammo load, which would be amazing. I would love 60 rounds. We could do so much damage. Testing has not borne that out, though. We apparently only still have the 30 rounds. In some of the single missions around this same time, we're not getting that 110 pound. It's back to the 60 pounds. I don't really know what's going on, but I got real excited when I saw it for a second because I thought we had doubled our ammo capacity, but in-game, flying the missions, that is apparently not the case. So I don't know if that later 60-round ammo load is referring to much, much later models of the MiG-21 when the internal cannons finally came back. I don't know anything about those. I haven't, because we haven't gotten to them in the game, I haven't researched any of that. I don't know anything at all about later model MiG-21s yet. So if anyone has an idea of what's going on with that ammo load and when it's supposed to get bigger, phrasing, let me know, because I would love some clarification on that. But the bottom line is that we still only have 30 rounds for the moment, so no change there. We just have a slightly different takeoff weight, which is unexplained. And we can see that that same ammo and total weight has been applied to all 3 aircraft in the flight. Over to the map now. You can physically see the location of Yen Bai, where we're located in relation to where we were, out at Kep on the east side of Hanoi. Take a look at our squadron. We are down to 13 aircraft, and we have a 0% supply. So even though we've moved, we haven't been reinforced, which is unfortunate. And sharing Yen Bai with us at the moment is an AN-2 squadron. They're down to strength of 5 with a supply of 36. Also defending the area, we have a militia regiment, the 3rd People's Army of Vietnam. They have a strength of 20, holding position at Yen Bai. We'll be taking off today and then heading down to the southwest and intercepting planes coming in, I think, from Thailand. So I think we're going to be dealing with Air Force planes coming in. It looks like that they'll be heading in from the west and then racing over to Nam Dinh to try to bomb the power plant. And so we'll try to effect an intercept here along the way. And you can see that the mission is calling for an altitude of 13,600 feet. So I think we'll maybe do that today. We'll climb up to high altitude and try to maybe swing around behind the Americans, which was a tactic that the North Vietnamese were developing at this time in late 1966. The ground controller network was getting real good at angling in the MiG-21s at a high altitude behind incoming F-105s and allowing them to dive in down them from high speed from behind to make their attack run, and then being able to peel back off and outmaneuver the F-105s to get back away. 13 or 14,000 feet is going to be in the neighborhood of like 4,000 meters, 4,200 maybe. So we'll go up pretty high and then see what we can see and maybe dive down on some Americans. Once we've expended our ammo, then we'll turn back to the north and hopefully get all three of us back to the airbase. Over to our roster now, what's left of it, as we've really been gutted in the way of pilots, unfortunately. I'll be leading the flight in ZOP 1. My direct wingman in 2 is going to be Second Lieutenant Dang Nyok Chu, whom we've flown with several times. He's got 2 air-to-air kills now. And then in my number 3 position is going to be Squadron Leader Lieutenant Colonel Pham Hung Nyo, who has 23 combat missions and no air-to-air kills. So he'll be in number 3, and we'll maybe try to get him some kills today. We're taking 3 aircraft today because I want to go out in the stacked 3 flight formation. So with me as the leader, I'll be in the back of the formation, and then I'll have the 2 wingmen staggered out to my right and directly ahead of me at higher altitudes so that I can give them orders in to attack specific targets. And that concludes today's briefing. Let's head out to the MiGs and proceed out to the runway. We'll see you out there as we get ready to take off. Here we are out at Yen Bai. Zap flight, cleared for takeoff, wind 240 at 10. On this beautiful, typical North Vietnamese day, pouring rain, solid overcast, low visibility. The MiG-21 F-13 without a radar was definitely a fair weather fighter, but the visibility is not so low that we cannot fly in this. So here we go. Full power. We'll be making our intercepts in the poor weather today. There we go, lifting off for the first time from the Yen Bai, and we get to see a good view of it out to the right. The Red River just beyond. Yen Bai itself, the city, out to our left here. We'll come right over the outskirts. Located on the banks of the Red River, Yen Bai is the westernmost airbase of the capital region. Only 2 other Vietnamese air bases are further west, Nha San and Dien Bien Phu, but these were less useful for fighter jets because they were underdeveloped, outside the friendly SAM coverage, and far from the American strikes into Hanoi. Distance was a major consideration because Vietnam used aircraft that had chronically short range. Yen Bai was first observed under construction in 1965 by American U-2 flights, and an SR-71 flight in December of 1968 confirmed that the base was nearly complete. An interesting side note from that CIA memo is that it mentions that at 80,000 feet, SR-71s could see 12% of North Vietnam at once. MiG squadrons began transferring elements to the Yen Bai Air Base after its completion, and it would later be the home for the newly formed 925th Fighter Regiment, flying the new MiG-19, or J-6. However, as this is 1966, the airfield would not yet be complete for 2 more years, and we would not actually be stationed here at this time. Yen Bai Province was the site of another major uprising against the colonial French in 1930, though it was nowhere near as successful as the earlier Thai Nguyen uprising. 50 Vietnamese soldiers of the Yen Bai garrison turned on their French officers with the help of 60 civilian fighters from the Vietnamese Nationalist Party. The Nationalists were moderate socialists who wanted independence from the French. The party was popular among teachers and intellectuals, and was at the time the leading revolutionary organization in the country. It was hoped that the Yen Bai mutiny would incite national revolution. However, the mutiny failed within a day because the rest of the Vietnamese garrison refused to join and remained loyal to the French. The French immediately arrested and executed the leaders of the Nationalist Party, ending any effective organization from that point on. Many members fled to China, or later South Vietnam, but the party never again had any political power. This mutiny is an extremely important event in the history of Vietnam because the downfall of the nationalists left a vacuum that was instead filled by Ho Chi Minh's Viet Minh. The Communist Party, which was more appealing to the peasant and working class anyway, became the leading group for national independence and allowed the communists to dominate the country after the defeat of the French. Okay, here we go. We are up at altitude, mostly in formation. 3 is lagging a little behind, but we do have Second Lieutenant Dang out in front of us. We are up above the cloud cover, so we are in clear skies for the moment, and we're getting pretty close to our intercept point already. In fact, there we've just hit waypoint 3. We're heading to waypoint 4. GCI has given us a flight of Thunder Chiefs right off our nose, and they're down at 8,000 feet. You'll notice that they are not our primary targets. I don't know who our primary targets are, but these guys are our closest targets, and they're right here, and they are mostly unaware of us, or completely unaware of us, and they're crossing right underneath our nose, so I see no reason to not move into position, dive on these guys, make our kills, and then get out. Here comes Lieutenant Colonel Pham in from the right side, moving into position. Again, he's my number 3. F-105s are only 11 miles out now in front of us. I don't see any escorts in the sky above us. Now less than 10 miles now. Down and to our left, so we're going to get into position. They're already left of our nose. Switching over to atolls, and we're going to start making the dive down through the clouds. And once we get underneath, we'll maybe pick up some visual targets, and I'm going to order the wingmen to attack. Into the clouds now, 0 vis. And out the bottom, luckily they're not very thick. Okay, we're on the lookout now for those targets or possible escorts. 5 miles on our 11 o'clock, so they continue to move to the left. Let's confirm that we've still got a target. Yes, we do. Zap 2, attack my target. Zap 3, engage air. Fuel tanks are empty, let them go. We are now clean. And we've just gone supersonic as we're closing on the targets. 3.5 miles. There we go, I can see him now. I see the dot. We're actually going faster than we would be able to go in real life because, if you recall, under the 15,000 feet mark, we are restricted in our speed. But the game lets us do it, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I've got 3 dots up ahead that I can clearly see. We're now closing from their stern at supersonic speeds. And I don't see the wingmen, they're somewhere behind me. But we're going to move in until we get that target lock. Oop, they're up above me now. Okay, all 4 targets, 4 thuds directly ahead. Closing in on number 4. Oh, and they've seen us, and they've started to break. The F-105's only defense against MiGs is a hard break to the right, and they have done that. However, this guy's still going straight. Straight enough. Breaks out, just trying to get directly behind him. Waiting for the tone. It's thinking. There we go, we have tone. Atoll away. And it's a hit! Ha ha ha! Yes! Another F-105 breaking in front of us, so let's head over. We've got one more missile. These guys are just wallowing with a full bomb load. Right behind him, second tone, missile away. For another hit. Both missiles work today. An unusual achievement. Okay, here's another F-105, so let's switch over to guns and move on him. If they're not going to dump their bombs, they're not going to be able to maneuver well. And the game often does not have them drop. Shave off some speed, pulling up. Red light telling us that we have a radar lock with the ranging equipment. Firing. Ooh, there we go. Straight level. And that's it. That was it. That was 30 rounds. I'm out of gun. But this guy is flaming. Let's get 3 in on this guy to finish him off in case that fire goes out, because now we have no way to finish him off. Damn, that 30 rounds went really fast that time. That was like 3 bursts. And we're out. And he is down. Alright. Oh, and there's 3 right behind him. So look at that. 3 F-105s in just a few seconds. Both missiles miraculously worked. We've expended our gun ammunition. Ugh. And our nearest targets are F-8 Crusaders. Possible escorts coming to get us. So you know what? I want to get out of here in case those F-8s are coming for us. There's the last F-105. He's up to the right. Let's get 2 attacking him. Yeah, he's just bugging out. Let's get 3 on him as well. It seems like he just escaped from the area and is still heading into the target. Okay, nearest is 12 o'clock at 20 miles. So you can see we're heading right back towards Hanoi. And, you know what I think at this point? We have 1,500 liters of fuel left. 1,600 actually. Let's just get everyone back together and head back to Yanbai while we're ahead. Over the top of a small airfield here on the left. Some sort of small base. And we'll hug the ridgeline, head back to Yanbai. Yeah, there's the 2 wingmen. They're coming around. Here's that F-105. Looks like he's actually on AAA suppression duty. And he is diving into the target now. Releasing his bombs. Looks like he's got napalm on the outer pylons there. So if that's the case, then destroying 3 out of the 4 aircraft means that they are not going to effectively suppress anything. So we may have actually given the ground gunners a chance to shoot down more aircraft. I think big picture we still did a lot there. Also, I think that was Fujian getting messed up. So good thing we're not based there anymore. Again, I think I've mentioned in the past that the game has the Americans attacking air bases fairly early, and I don't think we saw that in real life until 68, I think. It was like right at the end of Rolling Thunder that Johnson finally was convinced to start attacking the air bases. Since we're heading back home, I'm going to ask the wingmen to get into a line astern formation instead of the stack 3. That sort of encourages the AI to put the pedal to the metal to speed up and get out in front of me, and also I can keep an eye on them in case we're going to get jumped by Americans. 10 plus bandits, 12 o'clock at 15 miles. Oh man, Navy F4s 15 miles ahead. We're over Yanbai now. These sons of bitches are over our airfield. Of freaking course they are. Of course. I can't see them on the radar, but there is some sort of friendly aircraft over Yanbai that it looks like the F4s are engaging with, maybe an AN-2. They're down to 11 miles. Wingmen still have missiles, so before they shoot us down, we better engage. So here we go, moving into position. I'll select my cannon, I guess. But I don't have any ammo, at least I think. I'm hesitant to press the button to find out. There we go, we've got an F4 visually targeted right in front of me here. I'm going to climb up behind him. If we can at least just get on their 6 o'clocks and scare them, then maybe they'll get the hell out of here. Ooh! Close pass with this F4. 2 MiGs coming at him. Missiles being fired at one of my guys. As we're picking up flak, we're basically right over the airbase at this point. Can we get any reinforcements? No, we cannot. No fighters available. Not surprised, but it's always good to check. Okay, so it's definitely not that F4 firing. Who is doing the shooting? Nope, that's just the closest target. Geez, up over the top here, we're hearing stall buffet. Speed's probably getting pretty low. Did I lose this guy in the clouds? I might have. There we go, we've reacquired him. Oh, he's coming towards me. Friendly missile away while we are getting radar pinged by this F4. Okay, he's broken off now, actually. It looks like he's spinning around. God damn it, another missile. I hope my guys... No! We've gotten a hit! Somebody took a missile hit. I don't see him. I don't know where that happened. Bandit left 9 o'clock, 9 miles. Maybe another part of this F4 squadron. I mean, I don't even know how many of these guys are here. Oh, MiG-21 up and high to the right, closing in on this same F4. Okay, so checking in, my ZAP-2, Second Lieutenant Dang, is the one who got shot down. That's our squadron leader, Lieutenant Colonel Pham, right there in ZAP-3. And I've just ordered him to close in and attack this target. I'm going to move in behind him, and we'll cover his 6. If nothing else, I can tell him to break if something comes in. So there we go. There's the F4, that little dot way out in front. Son of a bitch, he's got a missile coming towards him. Who fired that? Oh, there's a fucking F4 right here. Oh my god. Daisy chain, F4, MiG-21, F4, MiG-21. I wish to god that I had guns left. Look at this, he's right in front of me. I'm hoping that maybe my range-finding radar is going to set off his raw equipment, and he'll think, or he'll know that someone's behind him. There he goes down. Yeah, I think he's been spooked. Come on, come on. Go home. And Pham has fired. Oh no, and this F4 has fired. Look at that. Missile streaking out. Oh, it looks like it's homing. Okay, no reports of a hit. Come on, dude. You know someone's behind you. Break off. Break off. I've got somebody on me. That's Pham in the 21 out ahead of us. This F4 still on his 6. Hey, Flight 1, break off, return to base. I think he's out of missiles anyways. And I assume that there's probably 4 F4s here at this point. If we send him back to base, he'll at least have the ground defenses to fight off any of these F4s who are going to follow him. Alright, speaking of breaking off, I don't know where this guy is who's pinging me, so let's break off to the right. Oh, there we go. It's gone. Just heading for the ground, using that terrain masking to defeat American radars at the time, over the top of the ridge. Woo! Nice. Back down the other side. Where the hell are we? This looks like the river. Yeah, that's Yanbai out in front of us. So the airfield's going to be up this way to the northwest. Low and fast, let's just disengage. Head for home, try to get back on the ground. Well, look at this. Another bridge. Oh, right by a sampan. It's probably wondering what the hell we're doing. FAM out behind me to the left here, and we are still picking up F4 radars, so they might be following us back to the base. I'd rather have them chasing me than Lieutenant Colonel FAM.
Không dầu rồi.
4 is bingo fuel. Well, we don't even have a number 4, so that's useful. One of the random spurious messages that we get. There he is. There's FAM. And this is Yanbai out in front of us. So what the heck was I looking at before? Oh, Futo is what we came in over behind us. So this is Yanbai, and so now the airfield will be directly ahead of us alongside the river here. Keeping an eye out for those goddamn phantoms. Where did FAM go? There he is. He's out to my right. So he's going to go out. He's going to go out beyond the airfield, which is just to the left there. We're just over the end of it, and then he'll come around in the pattern for landing. So I just want to stay with him till then. Ooh, coming in on him fast. Brakes are out over the top. Try to shed some speed. We'll corkscrew around right behind him here. I've turned my targeting radar off, just on the off chance that the American RAW equipment will pick it up. I don't know if that's the case, but at this point, I don't want to take any chances. Looks like FAM is in a gentle turn to the left. Yanbai Tower is giving us landing permission, so we're looking good. He's still got at least one missile on board. Oh well. Looked like his starboard side pylon still had a missile on it, but I don't care at this point. Here comes an F4, still doggedly pursuing us, and he's heading right for me. Now breaking off, up over the top. Fuel's getting pretty low. We got the red light on, but I'll go after him. He's got to be getting low on fuel too, and if I can just keep him off of FAM for a few minutes, he'll be safe. Yeah, there's the airfield right there. I mean, we're within just a couple of miles. Oh, where's this Phantom going? He's climbing high and fast. Oh, he doesn't even have... Oh, he's got one Sparrow on board. But it sort of looks like he's getting the hell out of Dodge. So you know what? We'll let him go. And we will do a improvised overhead 360 here. We're coming in right over the top of the threshold anyways. Where's FAM? Where's he at? He's got to be close to the runway soon. We're down at 500 liters. Oh, there he is. Okay, there we go. He's out there on final. A little bit further away than I thought he was, but we'll come around behind him. Gear is down and flaps as we come in under our 450 kilometers per hour speed, which is our maximum gear extension speed. And there's FAM. He's going to make it safely at this point. I can't foresee anything happening that's going to cause him to crash or get shot down. And in fact, it looks like maybe only a single F4 out of however many were over here re-engaged just for that minute before leaving. So I think we're pretty quiet now. There we go, lining up on the center line. Over the threshold to touchdown. Ooh, a little hard. Sticking it on the second bounce. Breaks out and will aerodynamically brake as we roll down the runway here. Mission complete. Back at Yenbai safely. At least 2 of us are. Unfortunately, Dang took that missile over the airbase, so we'll have to see what his fate is. Here's a high-speed turnoff here, so we'll make use of that. Get off the runway. And we are clear, so I'm going to not open the canopy because I don't want to let the weather in right now, but we're going to taxi over here to a stop, and I will see you over in the debriefing. Okay, welcome back inside Out of the Rain. We were to provide combat air patrol over Namdin Thermal Power Plant, prevent enemy aircraft from reaching the vicinity. Flight time was 25 minutes and 58 seconds. Mission was aborted. None of the primary targets were destroyed. However, 3 additional enemy aircraft were destroyed. I would still consider that a success. Unfortunately, we lost 1 MiG-21 for a rating of partial success. Okay, I'll take it. For a score of 1,300. Our stats for the mission, I ended up getting 3 kills today. 2 from missiles. Both missiles worked. Very unusual for a 100% success rate. And I fired all 30 of my rounds from the 30mm cannon for 5 hits and 1 kill. And if only we had had that double ammo load of 60, I would have been able to fire at that F4 too. Unfortunate. But we still got 3 kills. Second Lieutenant Dang and Lieutenant Colonel Pham both fired 1 ATOL each, both for no effect, unfortunately. Looking at the roster to check in on our number 2, unfortunately, Second Lieutenant Deng Nyok Chu killed in action over Yenbai on his 14th combat mission, only 2 air-to-air kills, and I'm not sure exactly what happened because I lost sight of him. It seems he came in front of an F4 Phantom somewhere. Let's check out the log. We'll see what we can glean from that. 8:02 and 52 seconds, I destroyed an F-105 Thunder Chief with an ATOL, firing a second ATOL just a few seconds later for a second kill at 8:03:16. Then moving in, firing those 30 rounds of cannon, destroying the third Thunder Chief at 8:04:20. Wow, and then look at this. We've got a series of 4 Sparrows fired at Second Lieutenant Dang. He fired back at an F4 Phantom, which missed, and then another Sidewinder at Dang. So wait a minute, when was this? 8:04... Oh, so 4 minutes later. Okay, so I destroyed the last Thunder Chief at 8:04:20, and then 4 minutes went by, and then we made it back to Yenbai, and then we engaged those Phantoms, which is when all this is. So, man, poor Dang there really did not have a chance because, look at this, he had the 4 Sparrows and then a Sidewinder, and it was the Sidewinder that unfortunately finally got him. 8:09:30, Second Lieutenant Dang Chu shot down near the Yenbai rail yard. And then we had 2 final missiles fired at our squadron leader, Lieutenant Colonel Pham Nyo, and he fired 1 ATOL back at them, and all those missed. And that was the final entry. We came around and landed safely, concluding the mission. Okay, so that's all we've got for today. We went out, we did some pretty substantial damage. 3 F-105s downed, unfortunately for the loss of 1 MiG. But yeah, we're just going to keep plugging along as we head into the winter time here of 1966 into the beginning of 1967, which historically was still pretty good hunting times for the MiGs. It's not until the late spring, I think, around May of 1967, that the Americans really start to bloody the nose of the MiGs, and then things get real bad once summer hits, so we'll be dealing with that when we get there. But we've got a few more months of happy hunting grounds, I hope. So come back next time. We'll see what our next mission is over North Vietnam. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you then.